They didn't realize who they were playing against, but they're beginning to recognize it now. And if this is for you, I want to tell you that they thought you were cornered, but you were moved beyond the line of sight. We are going to use the Whispers of the Unsolved today. I just keep hearing that the devil went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal. We have the Witness, psychic abilities and intuition. The Witness of knowing. They got it wrong. They didn't realize who they were playing against, and they're beginning to recognize it now. They got it wrong. Strategy and military operation. The devil went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal. I want to tell you, if this is for you, you never actively preyed on their downfall, even though they actively plotted yours. Pattern recognition. Man-made disaster avoidable. The devil. Change of plans. The devil went down to Georgia looking for a soul to steal. The soul does not come with a price tag, but the ego does. And if this is for you, I just keep hearing a legacy of virtue and a knowing as your foundation. And the illusion that was that your soul was ever up for grabs. Because in order to make a deal with the devil, you're making a deal out of ego. And to make a deal out of ego is to eventually be exposed. And I just keep hearing what's done in the dark always comes to the light. In more ways than one right now. And if this is for you, I just want to remind you that light is manifested through the darkness. And if this is for you, I want to tell you that you intentionally, it's taking me back to that strategy card in communication and strategy. You had to make moves within the shadows, within the darkness. But it's giving almost like Harry Potter, the invisibility cloak, where your light was guiding you the whole time, but the illusion was that you were in the dark. The illusion was that you needed to be able to use the own cover of darkness, where people use it for their own reasons to hide in the shadows to make moves from the background. You too made power moves in the same shadows that were meant to destroy you. You made moves which were ultimately your way out. And I want to tell you that your light was shining the whole time and you were hidden in plain sight. But because their eyes had been acclimated to the darkness, the lens in which they view from, they couldn't recognize your light. Because it's in that invisibility cloak. You were hidden in plain sight, constantly making all of these strategic moves. You knew the plan long before the plan completely unfolded. And if this is for you, it's more like you just followed your knowing in your compass and you made these moves. And it was only after the fact of making the moves that you got the physical confirmations. And if this is for you, I want to tell you that you understand that because of your knowing, because of your gifts, you understand that the physical confirmation does not appear or materialize or manifest for you until you have already made the move within. Evidence. Paper trail. Plot twist. It's just giving that even things that are done in the dark always come to light. And there's always footsteps. There's always some kind of evidence left behind. And I want to say a signature. There is an energy signature left behind that's always reminiscent of a certain kind of energy. So despite trying to, and I want to say this, the way you were protected by your invisibility cloak within the darkness, they thought darkness was their ally. When darkness is where light is manifested. Runaway escape. That's that confirmation that the moves that you made were done intentionally. You already walked through the portal. You already walked through the door. And I'm just being given the time frame of the last 2 to 3 weeks. The last 2 to 3 weeks, you already made it to the other side. They're only recognizing now that they're on the other side of the door. They thought they were playing you, but the trap that they set for you came with a trap door, and they now fell through their own crap. Like, that's literally they've been exposed. They exposed their own trap and then they fell through it. Everything is out in the open now. Everything is out in the open, and they are recognizing who they were actually playing. Who they were actually playing. Because deals with the devil, you recognize it in them because you already recognize the devil within yourself. You already recognize where once upon a time you made deals, negotiations, bartered in your life from a space of ego, from a space of desperation. And I want to tell you, if this is for you, even when you tried to take yourself out, you failed. So the illusion is, why would they think that they could take you out when you couldn't even take yourself out? Freedom out in the open. God. Freedom and power supply. Because God is the source. And regardless of the illusions the devil tries to perpetrate, at the end it always backfires. Because you realize that the devil is within as well as God is within. And when their ego is unmasked, they recognize that God moved through wearing your face. And now they recognize who they've been truly playing against.